We are back with Winter House Gaming. My name is Tony.
My name's Kelly.
And my name is David.
And we're sitting down here with a lovely gentleman named Ben Santos, who runs cosplayconventioncenter.com, which helps you to find all the conventions. That's like what it's designed to do.
Yeah, it's a free-to-use searchable database of conventions. You can search by region, by state, by theme, and find conventions all over the country.
One site to find them all.
Yeah, a little play on the Lord of the Rings there.
I love it so much.
Wait, is that what it says on here?
Yeah, it says it on the card. It's our slogan.
It would help if you paid attention to the card that he just gave you,
I didn't
David.
read it. I'm sorry.
Mr. Rollins.
I'm a horrible host.
Okay, so actually, that brings up a really good point, because I handed you a business card, and you didn't read all of it. Now, the funny part is, this happens to everybody who goes to conventions.
Yeah.
You put it in your bag, you get home, you take it out a week later, and you stare at it, and you're like, what is this? I forgot.
Yeah.
So the other thing that cosplayconventioncenter.com does is if you table conventions, you can actually be on the website yourself. The cool part is you get a profile, you can add pictures, you can add video, you can add all your website links, a description, and you get to put in your entire convention itinerary.
How do we do that?
I'll show you on the website. There's literally a link. It's called an e-booth, like electronic booth, like a booth at a con.
You probably won't be able to do it here because the internet.
No, I can hotspot. I have my cell phones with me.
Okay,
all right.
so it's like Facebook for vendors, and you basically, is it free?
It's not free, but we only charge $4 a month.
Oh, yeah. That's nothing.
So
Yeah,
you'll
that's
pay
nothing at
more
all.
on a con table.
right. You absolutely would.
It's $48. If you do it by the month, it works out to $48.
How many hits do you have a month?
I can look it up by
You
a
don't have
month.
to. It's fine.
I
You
know
don't
I know
have
the
your
year
statistics
numbers.
in
Okay, so
front of you.
life of site, we have 84,500 unique users.
Oh, you wouldn't
That's
catch
enough.
me
Actually,
on that.
85,500. I just checked it last night, and we have over 225,000 page views.
Wow.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's nothing to sneeze at.
Now, and the best part
Unless
is
you have to sneeze.
when you load your itinerary in, it also cross-links you up with all the conventions in the database. So if you say, I'm going to Convention X, and someone looks up Convention X, magically, you appear under it, and people can click on you and go research you and learn about you.
that's cool.
That's really cool. Is there a way that other people doing the conventions can go on and see vendors and reach out to them and say, hey, I want you to do this.
There is.
I've seen your
It's
stuff.
actually the second tab on the homepage, and it breaks it down by e-booth, and there's vendors, there's artists, there's writers, there's cosplayers, there's even a performing area, and basically you can go in and you can search again by theme, or you can search by a specific type of,
That sounds
I'm
amazing.
looking for artists. So if you're a con organizer
us up.
and you need 2 or 3 people, you want to go for a certain genre, I need someone to do this. The idea is that con organizers could use it as a resource to research you, and also your convention itinerary sort of becomes like your con resume, like here's all the shows I've done.
That's amazing because I was always like, there was like a con that happened around here, and I was just like, I didn't even hear anything about that.
Yeah. And we don't do just big cons either. We do big cons, medium cons, small cons. We even have small little library con, one day micro cons. And if one person, all we have to do if somebody has a con that we don't have in, send us an email. We usually get in about 24 to 48 hours tops.
That's really cool.
We do have an upgrade for the conventions as well, but that's if they want to. They don't have to. And basically lets them add in other stuff. But
Now, with your site, is it all like a level playing field in the sense that like do like other conventions or other booths like pay more to be the top result?
no, we are not pay to play.
Okay.
I like to say that every convention is created equal in my eyes. So one big thing is we don't do reviews.
Just do like
We don't do
alphabetical order.
We don't do
Yeah.
reviews. We don't do opinions. You get social media, you guys can knock yourselves out on that. We don't do
People
that.
do.
Exactly.
Exactly,
What we do
yeah.
is the only thing is if you are an upgraded convention, all that really changes is you get a nice little fancy border around yourself and you look a little different. Like if you look at the 2 of them, but it doesn't change your order in the search results. It doesn't throw the top 4 at the top of the page and then you have to scroll down through them. It doesn't change any of that. It just visually, you stand out, you pop off the page a little bit more than a free convention because we don't want to have a con. Some cons don't have it in their budget to upgrade. We understand that.
Right.
But if a con does, why should we take your con and bury it on page 12 just because somebody wanted to pay me more money? That's,
Right. Yeah, I
It's
agree with
sort
that.
of-
You just do it by like alphabetical order.
It's actually by date.
By date. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you basically pull it up by date, and you can actually even narrow it down by month. But you can basically just pull it up, and you just scroll down, and it starts with, what's coming up soonest, all the way down. When you click on it, it'll bring up a little thing that'll tell you about it. We even have a great company we partner with called Stay 22. They're embedded right on the site. They help you find hotel rooms.
Whoa.
So it'll actually show you the hotel rates right embedded when you find the convention results that
That's
you're
like a
looking at.
one-stop shop,
It's
and
a-
I love that.
And-
So that's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing is we also have you can click on the con website. There's a link to it, and it'll bring you directly to the convention website. Opens it in a new browser window, so you never lose your place. You don't have to keep going back. Where was I? It stays there.
I hate it when I have to do
Exactly.
Yeah.
We basically
that.
designed
It
a
sends me into a blind rage.
and
It
there's
sends you
no
into
Oh,
Oblivion.
Yeah.
like the PlayStation Store online.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unreal. Like
and
you're
he's
looking
been
at a
having
game.
some problems with that
Yeah.
lately.
And there's no pop-ups on the site.
PlayStation,
There's
get
no.
it right.
There's
Rage,
a couple
rage.
ads, but there's nothing taking over the page.
Right.
There's some small ones at the top, and it's designed to be easy to use.
That's
It's
really
like
cool, man.
Con
That's
Expedia.
what a cool
Basically.
idea. That's a really cool idea, man. So
Thanks.
I would never have even thought to do that.
I started going to cons. I started going to more cons, and as I talked to more vendors and artists and cosplayers, one consistent thing I kept hearing was, "Oh, I didn't hear about that con that just happened this past weekend. I missed it by a day," and someone would be like, and all this. So it was always a challenge, and I was like, well, it seems like there should be a better way to find it. And it's not to say that there weren't sites out there that did it. There are other sites out there that do it, but I just looked at it and went, I think there's a better way to do it. Also, if you've ever gone hunting for a convention, even when you find them, trying to find the exact date or the exact physical location of the convention, depending on who's managing their website, can be a little interesting. So we go and we actually make sure that when you find the con, it has the actual physical location right there in the listing, and we actually vet it. If it says it's on whatever street, we actually threw it into Google Maps and made sure it's physically there.
right.
Because
Wow.
sometimes people don't put the right information
They
in.
don't
And
update
they wind up
addresses.
in
and-
an empty field.
Or you get there's the thing where there's other, it's up to date, it's accurate.
yeah, like sometimes places move, they
Yeah,
tear
like,
down,
I
relocate.
mean, it's like I've had cons that change location a month before the event, and I have to go back into the
And,
data
like,
side,
find
and I have
them.
to go put in a brand new location. Like, yeah, of course you changed events. Okay, here, but
That's
you know-
really cool. It's cool to think of an idea like that and then kind of push it out there. Now, when someone goes in and finds a vendor that's going on there, or podcasters
Yep.
or whatever, is there a way to link their own personal social stuff to that?
they can't. So, like, when they find you, like, let's say you guys are on the site and you had your social media links, because you can put them in as a vendor. You can put Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, however many you got, you can load them all in. So they find your thing, they look you up. Okay, cool, I want to follow these guys. They click on your Facebook, they click on your YouTube one. It brings them right to your social media. Bam, you've
Gotcha.
got a follower.
Yeah, that's
You
what
have
I
a
was
like,
wondering.
you have a share.
Yeah, that's cool.
You have
Because you
something
always
like-
want to route to
Right.
what you're
The
doing.
one thing we don't have at the moment yet, which we're still sort of, it's on the to-do list, we haven't created a member page for like the average user, where you could, because ideally at some point in the future, I'd like to be able to have it so that you as a con goer, not a vendor, just a regular con goer, you could go in and you could scope out and you could basically favorite your conventions.
Access,
You
like,
could
a
favorite
different
your
It'd be
vendors.
really
site.
cool the people that you've met. Like, let's say they go up here and they see Winter House Gaming, and they're like, okay, I went on there, and they can go in, they can check in or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see at
okay,
some point,
I saw Winter House Gaming, or there was these people. They were weird and crazy and really cool and
Yeah.
awesome and sexy and blah blah
And
blah.
I can't
That was
remember
Winter
who
House
they
Gaming.
were.
I remember it.
well,
Winter
that's
House
just
Gaming.
it. Like,
Wasn't
also,
isn't that a review?
Yeah, that was
great.
me. I'm
but
sorry.
also, yeah, but think about this.
I
Okay,
was
I went to the
reviewing
con.
myself.
I got home. I threw all my con laundry into the wash, and the business card just went through the wash. Right? You go on there. You pull up the archive feature. You pull up the previous conventions. You go, oh, hey, I was at that con. You click on it. Oh, look, there's the list of all the e-booth
Dude,
members
that's
that
awesome.
we knew were there. So, oh, that's the person I wanted to buy that gift from. Or those people who say, oh, I'm going to take your card. I'm going to buy you. The idea is, here's a way to actually drive an after-con sale.
Right.
We've got the traffic. We have all the people that want to go to the conventions. So for $4 a month,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Right.
If, like, hey, there's that booth that I was at who had that comic that I wanted. couldn't afford it,
Exactly.
I'm going to
Yeah.
follow them, find out where they're going to be next.
Yeah, where are they going to
so
be
I can
next?
go get it.
Or, gee, they're not going to be anywhere local next for the next 6 months. I'm not waiting that long. Oh, look, there's their Etsy shop. I'm going to buy it right off that. Boom.
Yeah.
Dude,
Con
that's
sale.
awesome.
One
We
sale
can't
and the
sell
whole thing
anything
pays
on
for
Etsy
itself.
Ourselves.
Huh?
I said we can't sell anything on Etsy, can we? Ourselves?
The only thing we're selling is ourselves. We're
Yeah.
selling our personalities.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
That's
And our
just
good
it.
looks.
beard hairs that fell off of Kelly while he was on the couch. sleeping.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, so that's really cool, dude. I mean, that's
Thanks.
We're gonna check that out. Like we
have to get
that's
on
not
that.
Even like, that's not even like just lip service. That's like something
We
that
need
really
to be
gotta
a
get
vendor on that page.
You guys will be one of the, let's see, right now, podcasts. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I've got 3, so you guys will be the 4th.
Okay.
Oh.
that's
Yeah.
cool. Are they around here? The
They
three?
are. Controller Throwers is
I
on there.
love those guys.
Yes,
Throwers.
Controller Throwers.
Dude, I love those guys.
Uh,
We interviewed them.
so-
We had
fun.
Controller Throwers. We had Animazing Radio, which is a great Doug. I can't think Doug's last name off the top of my head, but he does it, and he does an anime-focused podcast, and he gets the voice actors to come on and talks to them a lot. And then we have 3.5 Geeks, which is they're also from Maine.
That's
Um,
cool.
What is it called?
I've never heard of
3.5
that.
Geeks.
3.5 geeks. That's not the same thing as 3 geeks.
No, there's
Okay.
there's 3.5 and there's 3.
So they're better because they got a whole extra half. geek.
Exactly, they have a half.
Yeah.
They have a half.
What's
That's
the
really cool.
conversion ratio of geeks to?
I'm waiting to see 3 3/4. You know. And
Yeah, that's really cool, man. So, yeah, so again, we're talking cosplayconventioncenter.com, and check it out.
Yeah,
I'm
and if you're
excited.
in Maine in the end of September next year, you can come to the Great Falls Comic Expo, which I ran for the first time this year. It was my first time running a con. We did it at the Lewiston Armory. We did a single-day event. We basically did $5 to get in. Kids
that's
12 and
nice,
under
yeah.
got in for free. I think it's
That's
going to be
awesome.
10 and under next year, but we're still looking at that. But we had
Those are
like
things that you can only really look at like once they happen, and then you have to go back.
yeah,
and be like,
you know, it was sort of
did this work?
Well, the thing was, we had between 600 and 800 people
yeah.
show up at the event. So it went amazingly well, and I didn't sleep for the 3 weeks before it because I was terrified, but that's good. That's a good thing.
So it's basically just a one-day con?
just a simple, straight-up one-day con. We had a cosplay contest.
That's
We
cool.
had a couple panels. We did Controller Throwers live performed.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
They're a blast. If you,
Oh, my God.
I got to, I
did
actually
their
got to help.
live.
I got to help them at their PAX when they performed at PAX. I got to help out with it,
Wow.
and they packed a room with 200 plus people, and the security staff called to see if they could let them go 20 minutes over.
Wow.
So they were a huge hit at PAX. So I'm hoping they get to go back this year.
That's
and
great.
hopefully they
they-
get to be
yeah,
back.
they-
and do
We're
it again.
actually trying to like go as like con goers.
Nice.
You know, like not as vendors or anything.
Well, they're doing, yeah, I mean, obviously we don't sell anything,
Right.
but it's you know, we like to do,
But the thing
We let-
is, PAX would be great for you guys, especially like with doing gaming and stuff like that on your podcasts.
Yeah.
There's, you know, the indie developer section alone at PAX East is a gold mine because it's all the up and coming games, it's the up and coming developers, and they're more honestly, everyone at PAX is more than happy to talk to you. If you have a media outlet, if you have a resource,
Right.
YouTube channel, podcast, they want to talk to you. Like,
Wow.
So
That's cool.
look
You're
at going
just
as
dropping knowledge.
look as
bombs
going as
everywhere.
look as going as attendees, but also apply for a press pass.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get it, it at least throws your name into the running. I've had a press pass for the past 2 years to PAX,
Wow.
that's cool.
which is a blast because if
crap,
you've got
man.
the little press, they talk to you.
Let's just take a GoPro around and like do like Winter House gaming footage of
Seriously,
PAX.
bring your GoPro, bring your cell phone, go around, you know, bring your cards and say, hey, I'm with this. We'd like to do a quick. They'll be happy to talk to you.
I feel like
Yeah.
at this point, like we would
We've got a
appear
lot of candy. We're
legitimate
good.
enough to be like, hey, listen, we are, you know, here's our podcast. You know, we've been doing it for weekly for half a year now. You know, like, and it would be fun to look into and think about.
Well, we can look at all the cons on
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
their page.
Because they're right
This is-
there.
dude, you have no idea how perfect that is for us.
Perfect.
we
That's
think-
what I
Are you
love to
single?
hear.
So,
Are you single?
Yes.
are you single?
What are you doing after
I'm also
the con?
straight. I'm straight. Sorry.
Okay.
So free.
cosplayconventioncenter.com. Thank you, Benjamin Santos. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Definitely.
you
Thanks
so
for having me
much
on.
coming to
Soon,
talk to us,
absolutely, man.